Auston Matthews, one of the most prolific and talented goal scorers in the league today, unlike some players, has been known to show personality, whether it's through fashion sense off ice and even trolling on it. In this video, I'm going to go over a few rather humorous moments in which this Maple Leaf captured our attention. From calling out reporters to trolling the opposing crowd, number 34 has been sure not to disappoint. Just keep in mind, guys, just because I make a troll moments video on a certain player does not mean I'm trying to hate on them. These are just, for entertainment purposes only, and just because I made this doesn't mean I hate the player. Just so you know. And with that, here are the top 4 troll moments from Auston Matthews. So we all know how thoroughly frustrating it can be to have a goal waved off or called back, unless it concerns the opposing team, that is. Anyways, during a regular season meeting at home against the Avalanche, Matthews looked on with dismay in the second period after having what would be the tie-breaking goal called off due to goaltender interference after a coach's challenge. But the forward wouldn't let that stop him from trying again and low-key sticking it to the opposing team, as Matthews, during his next shift, was able to net a quick one-timer past Jonathan Berger this time, and in legal fashion. But it wasn't the goal itself that was noteworthy, rather, Matthews' reaction directly after, as he decided to signal that the goal was a good one, just for good measure. Even though the Leafs weren't able to break the Avs win streak that game, Matthews had to have skated away satisfied after sticking it to Colorado. What would become known as one of the most memorable moments of the 2018-19 regular season took place in the Windy City, upon the Blackhawks season opener against the Maple Leafs. And as we all know, Patrick Kane, aka Showtime, is used to wooing the crowd in Chi-Town, and has taken to the role for over a decade. But upon this meeting, he had a little friendly competition. After Auston Matthews was able to net one in the remaining seconds of the third to put his team in front, he decided to not only troll the team, but the fans as well, with his celebration. But in humorous fashion, a fellow American was sure to show him up in seconds, after making it 6-6. And all Matthews could do at that point was simply smile, as he would be doing post-game, after the Leafs ultimately took home the W. Even though chirping is still a revered art throughout the league, it's still not every day that you see one player roasting another without saying a single word. But during a preseason match against an inter-province rival, Matthews decided to do just that. As a forward during a stoppage in play in the final frame, made it a point to try and figure out who this mysterious number 49 was. Sabrin, who had just cracked the lineup with the team after spending several seasons in the AHL, was definitely a fresh face that at the time was hoping to make his regular season debut against the same opposing team. But even though the hard-nosed grinder let the awkward confrontation slide, his teammate at the time, Mark Borowiecki, wasn't quite as passive, and even spoke out against Matthews post-game, saying, "I thought it was a little disrespectful." He says, "We're not all blessed with Auston Matthews' talent, unfortunately. I'm not sure Auston appreciates what it's like being a fighter down there. It's a role he's never had to play."
What did you think when you're peeking at the back of Sabrin went viral yesterday, Auston?
I think we were just messing around. He gave me a couple cross checks after the whistle, and it was nothing it was all harmless. I think we were just both messing around. We both got a good chuckle out of it, and obviously, it kind of blew up there. But I don't know. I thought it was, seemed to be a lot of clickbait for you guys.
Most of us hockey fans can recall the humorous yet highly fictitious story that circulated around when Phil Kessel was in Toronto about his supposed hot dog obsession, and just as Phil was able to get the last laugh at reporter Steve Simmons' expense of the Toronto Sun, so was Auston Matthews last postseason. After Simmons used inside information on the forward which disclosed his positive test result and sent the Toronto media in a frenzy. Wow, imagine that. Matthews, following a Game 1 loss at the hands of the Blue Jackets, hadn't forgotten about the reporter, leaking his medical records to the public, and took the opportunity to let Simmons have it, while saying, "First of all, it's unfortunate. I'm getting a question from you at this point, Steve. I just want to say that I really didn't appreciate the article you wrote about me a couple months ago. I thought it was a bit unethical, to be honest," he says. And with that, he made sure Simmons knew that he didn't appreciate his conduct.